What is up? It is Adam Rosenberg here. I don't know why I did my voice modulation like that, but I'm pretty excited, guys. We've got Thursday football. Well, that's tomorrow. We've got, as I'm looking on my screen right here, we've got college basketball all over the place. We've got my kid not going to sleep. And I'm waiting for Janelle. It's Nels, who just won a huge prize pick slip, and we're gonna talk to her. We're gonna have Trevor from Pump Fake Pod on. We're gonna talk a little bit about college basketball. I'll look at some Thursday night football. In fact, maybe you guys want me to do? We could look at Thursday night football now while we wait, because I know that she's a little bit late. We can have some fun. Would love to see you in the comments. Drop in the comments. I'm trying to think. Should I give out a trivia question? Okay. Actually, I will give a trivia question. Or I won't give a trivia question. I'll just actually people comment, do whatever. If you comment, like, hit me up. We'll try to hook you up with some Outlier Pro. It's gonna be great. So anyway, let's jump in right now. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go and let's see. I'm going to do picture in picture for myself. Okay. And there I am. I don't know if I like that one as much. Do I like that news layout? Such a bitch about it. Let's see. Nope. I don't like that either. Okay. All right. Well, whatever. Cool. You guys see me. You guys see me. You guys see me. All right. I'm going to do NFL. Okay. So no one else, since no one's here to do this with me. Wait, I'm getting a text right here. Oh, never mind. I'm stalling right now because Janelle is gonna hop on. We are going to talk about we're basically gonna talk about her whole process. So but look, tomorrow, Green Bay being 9-3 is pretty incredible. Given that a lot of the stink. Detroit, though, is a machine. I just think the Lions are inevitable. I don't just think that. I'm just looking at it too. This is a really short number. Feels like the Lions have played like a ton of games the last couple of weeks too. Played last week on Thursday. Had a short week for that. Had a week before that. Like, just feels like, yeah, the Lions have played a lot. So sharp money's definitely coming in on Green Bay. So look, total is super high though. Okay, so like to be very clear, neither of these teams have been going over this number like at all. So I would definitely go right away to say like that the under is probably a solid play here. Like, take a look. Last 5 to what is it there? 1-4 to the under on the Green Bay side, 1-4 to the under on the Detroit side. But keeps getting hit back up. So we will see. As I'm jumping in here, I'm so quiet. It's so quiet in the stream. So it happens on these Wednesday games. Tomorrow's my birthday, guys. I'm gonna like have some plays for you, and no one's gonna say anything. So okay. Let's see what happens to Detroit. Oh wow, Detroit is all right. There's that. Sorry, I'm just looking at a whole bunch of stuff here. So anyway, I do like the under. I like the under 51.5. I'm gonna probably dive into some props a little bit later. But yeah, that's something that I do like on this. I don't really, in terms of a side, look, I've been trying to fade Detroit for weeks, months, the whole season. I've been trying to fade them since day one, but like, look, and this is actually something that's pretty telling on why the line is the way it is. Green Bay is 7-1 against the common opponents that Detroit is 8-0 against. The only difference is that Green Bay lost a squeaker to the Vikings. And wow, Detroit won by the exact same score. You can see that right here. That's wild. Did anyone else realize this? That's absolutely crazy. These teams are actually secretly equal, aren't they? Yeah, man. They both actually, like, if you look at how these teams played with their common opponents, it's pretty much identical. They blew out the hard ones, all that stuff. Look what we got. We got it right here. We've got the woman herself, Janelle. Dude, welcome to the Outlier Insight Show. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So, for everybody who doesn't know, Janelle's the queen, and she crushes prize picks on the reg. She's got an awesome Discord. She's got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Tell us Tell us about your big last 2 weeks. For the people that have been living under a rock, what kind of things happened with you the last couple of weeks with Prize Picks competition?
Ooh, last 2 weeks have been unreal. It's been crazy. Started about over like 2 weekends ago when I first won the Prize Picks World Championship contest. Well, I first got entered into it, and they held it here
And
in
how'd you
Atlanta.
get? No, sorry to back it up. Like, how did you
Yeah,
even
no,
get entered into that? Because like some of us like don't even like. I'll play around with Prize Picks when I go to
yeah.
California, but like usually I'm like out of it. So tell our folks like how'd you get into it? Like, tell us. We want to hear it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have my Discord and my premium, so like I pretty much send out like Prize Picks plays every day, and I'm on Twitter a lot, so I seen on Twitter like people were like tagging me in it. Prize Picks was like, we're gonna they have like they funny Marco, Drewski, Ruby Rose, like all their partners. They were gonna like fly someone into Atlanta to join their team, and I was already in Atlanta, and I was like, I seen Ruby Rose, she's a woman, she's a girl. I
Yeah,
see she was looking for a teammate, and I was like, who else, So people were
that's
tagging me.
awesome. Dude, no, it's great seeing women do it in the space. I mean, so that's dude. So okay, so how's I don't even know how does a competition work for Prize? Like, what's it like? Like, what's it? I mean,
So yeah, so we all had like a very specific. It was a 6-man, so they didn't make it easy to hit. It wasn't like a 2-man or a
sure,
4-man,
sure.
but they made it a 6-man, and we had to have literally a 6-man of only NFL Sunday games, and
Okay.
we specifically had to have one from the 1 p.m. game, two from like the midday, like 4 p.m. games,
Oh,
and
they
then three.
really force you
Oh
into
yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah, and then three for Sunday Night Football because we had an actual event at nighttime. So like they wanted the event to consist of us like sweating out most of the slip. So yeah, no, we had pretty strict rules.
That's great. Well, that makes it even harder because it's not as
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
have like everything to look at.
I couldn't choose NBA or anything like that, and
Yeah.
yeah, I love like usually the 1 p.m. games, and I could only do
Yeah.
one, so it was tricky. That week, once I knew I won, like Ruby Rose called me Prize Picks. Once I knew I won, I swear that whole week I was just cooking up a slip. Like I was just like phone a friend. Like I was just like had my
So,
phone out. I was like,
dude, that's
yeah.
awesome. Well, okay, so hold on. What was the final? So, what was your final slip?
Oh my god. So I had two. I had that was the first contest. Then I won the $1 million one. What was our first?
Or tell a player, tell like a play that you
Yeah. Oh
had
my
that
god.
you
My
remember
memory.
because
It's
you
been
got to
so
remember
much.
one of them.
Okay. One of them was Chase Brown on who was playing? Who was
Against
playing?
the Steelers, or is this
No, who
2
was
weeks
playing?
ago?
Oh, it was the Chargers versus was it Cincinnati?
Might have been. It might have been.
Yeah, yeah, that was a Sunday Night Football game,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we
that
had okay
was
our 1 p.m. game. We had Derrick Henry under receiving yards, which
nice.
Derrick Henry's my dude, but he played against the Steelers, I want to say,
Yeah.
and they have really good defense, and he's never gone over. I used you guys' app, so he's never gone over against the Steelers, so it was tough, but like we had to like kind of like think outside the box. Like we couldn't really, I didn't really want to do like the popular picks and
Yeah. Because otherwise you're tied. It's a chop. Otherwise you got to do
yeah.
that. Yeah. No,
So our
totally.
first one was under Derrick Henry. That was 1 p.m. game. That was in the bag. Who do we have for the 4 p.m. games? I'm getting it confused with my $1 million slip.
No,
I
it's totally
just
cool. But I just like
yeah.
knowing who the players are that you kind of looked at. Because like I love fading Derrick Henry because everybody's always on his overs.
So we went with the opposite. Like we went under
Yeah.
on him because everyone went over. We had what's his name? Justin Herbert for the Chargers. We had his passing attempts. Um we had kicker, the kicker from the Chargers as well. He needed two field goals.
Dicker the
Yep,
kicker.
yep. Dicker needed two field goals. And then yeah, Chase Brown needed 4.5 receiving targets, which was kind of like because he was a running back.
Uh-huh.
But I forget someone was out that game where we were like, all right, he's gonna get targets because they had been targeting him the last few games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out. So fast forward, me and Ruby won the Prize Picks World Championship, and with that prize, we won $100,000 cash. But with that, we got a chance at $1 million, six
Uh-huh.
man for the next week, which just passed.
And then you crushed that 6-man.
Crushed it. Crushed
That's
that. Now
awesome,
that
dude.
I
That's
remember
so
that slip.
awesome.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you probably because you talked to Prize Picks PR. I don't think you ended up talking to Elise Richardson over there at for Prize Picks. She's their PR person. She's a friend of mine, but like I love
Oh,
Prize Picks. I think they're Josh. She's another one of my guys over there. But dude, that's awesome. So Okay, so take me through, because I'm sure, like, so how do you, are you coming up with, so what's your sports? Your sport NFL, your sport NBA? Like, what's the one that you love making the slip for?
My specialty is always has been basketball. Like
Okay,
I killed the WNBA season. And
nice.
then basketball, NBA. I mean, I played basketball my whole life,
Okay,
but I'm pretty good at football, and I feel like I've been getting better at football.
okay,
And then I was pretty decent at baseball too. Those are like my
nice.
top three. Yep.
I'm a big baseball guy. I like, that's actually how I discovered Outlier. I was like, oh man, baseball is like, I'm like, has like, it has really good stuff for baseball, and
Yeah.
it was great. And then WNBA, I get into, I do a lot. I've been doing more prize pick slips and stuff, but that was the thing. So let me give, so this is where I wanted to kind of get into. So is there, I feel like you and I should build a slip for tomorrow
Okay.
on Thursday Night Football. Do you want to do that? You want to do a
Let's
three
do it.
pick, you
I
and
haven't
me?
even like looked at the slate for
It's
tomorrow,
fine. I
so
barely
that's
have looked
fine.
at it. I have like
Okay.
one, I have like a couple things I care about, but like we got a high total, so we know that we can do some fun things with it. So
Who's the matchup?
it's Green Bay and the Detroit Lions.
Okay, I love the
It's
Lions.
been a lot of football lately, so
Yeah.
we're on it. So okay, let me invite. There it is. All right, cool. We are in it. We are in screen. All right. So, all right. I am going to. All right. So let me just see. What do I want to do here? I want to just pick the game tomorrow. I'm gonna do this. I will say, okay, I'll start it off. I can tell you like one thing that I do like is I like David Montgomery's over receiving.
I like that. That's a
And
sneaky one. Yep.
yeah, and like because he's been killing this lately. You get to see kind of the numbers been going up. Green Bay is like bottom of the league against running backs.
Okay.
So yeah, like and hang on, I have the under in my slip, but let me I'm gonna do this and I'll share the slip and everyone can kind of tell us. Okay, and they have it and they got it on prize. It's on Prize Picks, so that is my first pick. Will be David Montgomery over receiving yards. I think it's kind of game script proof. If they're down, they'll give it to them. If they're
Yeah.
up, they'll do it to get them started. That's my pick.
What's the line at? I'm like on my phone, so it's so I can.
Oh, okay. Here, let me.
Oh,
It's
he's
15 and
at
a half.
15 and a half.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay. So what your turn. You can make a pick.
I'm like on my phone, so it's so small. Let me
Dude,
see.
it's totally fine.
I should have went on my laptop. Okay, can we look at what's up on the board? Well, we got to do a different team. I love Jamar Gibbs as well. Okay, you said they're playing Green Bay.
Yeah, we could do so. We got any Lion or any Packer is fair game here.
Okay. Let's see.
And I'll sort stuff just so you can see it. So like if you want like I don't know, do you usually look at like stuff by the last 10? Do you look at head to head? Like what do
I
you
usually look at like a player that stands out to me. Like I would have literally just went straight to Montgomery and straight to Gibbs.
Yeah.
Because those are like Gibbs and Montgomery, those are like the top two. And I would have just seen
No. They got good usage and stuff like
yeah,
that.
I
No,
would
I
have just
love it.
seen the matchup. Now for Green Bay, I'm kind of want to target. Sorry, my dog's barking.
No, it's okay.
I might either look at the quarterback, Jordan Love.
You want we got Jordan Love. What do we want to do with him?
Let's look at
right now. I by default I had picked his interception. Just I didn't mean to, but he hasn't had one in the last 2 games. But he's had one like every single game.
Yeah.
But yeah. Tell me what are you thinking for him? What do you want? What do you want me to click on?
What are his pass attempts look like?
Oh God, look at you, man. You are sharp. I love it. All right, his pass attempts. So here's his pass attempts overall. But let's see if we'll do a couple splits. Let's see what he looks like in away games. No real difference. Nothing different when he's in a dome either. There's not like a real thing there. I mean, he's been
I'm
lower,
not liking
but
it.
climbing.
Yeah, he's kind of up and down.
Yeah.
Let me look at one of their. Now I kind of want to look at either a running back because we just took Montgomery or like a wide receiver on.
You want me to look at Jacobs?
Yeah, let's look at Jacobs.
All right, let's look at Jacobs. Jacobs, we can go to here. We can go to his over rushing. He's been over his rushing a lot lately. He had the look in there, but they blew him out. So I don't know if that's really going to happen again. Away game, like road games.
Okay.
He's been pretty big lately, but like nothing like crazy.
Yeah, it's like recent.
Just from a matchup perspective, Green Bay's like 4th least rushing yards allowed overall.
Yeah, so let's look at the receivers then.
Okay, let's see what we got. You want to go? Want to look at Jaden Reed? That's my
Yeah.
guy. I love
Sometimes what I
Jaden Reed.
like to do, I'll either look at like either like the people that I know are like good for, or like sometimes I'll look at like those sneaky players that are like they're a rookie, or they're like
Oh yeah, dude. Tim
their
Patrick,
use
these guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
like their usage is up because of injuries, and their line is so low. Their line is at like 15.5 receiving, and it's like that's just 1 or 2 catches.
I love it.
So
So
yeah, that's like
Here's Jaden Reed, who might get more because Romeo Dowds isn't playing. I personally like just like throwing. I like Jaden Reed because like while it looks like he hasn't done much, if you look at first of all, he killed Detroit earlier this year, so that's
yeah.
just one. And that was in a game where they didn't score a lot of points, but he still had 113 yards. But
Oh wow.
the thing that I noticed was that when they were like, when they were in LA, he did really well. They, just generally speaking, he kind of gets up for these like big, it seems like he's getting up for big games, but I don't know. I love him. So I kind of looked at, what else was I looking at? I looked at, just where he's just been overall crushing it. And yeah, it's just, I liked Jaden Reed just because I just think he's just so dynamic and he's just like that guy,
Wow, he had over 100 yards this season against Detroit.
He did. He just kind of crushed it against them. Oops, sorry. My child is awake and I was just like making sure. Oh, there she goes. So anyway, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's been up and down, but I just I just think he gets a lot of usage. But like we can look around. There's other guys. There's him.
Yeah.
It's hard with all their wide receivers. Like I think he's the best wide receiver just
Yeah.
because he just does a lot, and he just had such a monster game the last time.
I
It
do
was
like
just sort
that.
of like a thing to me.
I like looking at matchups. Green Bay,
Yeah.
I don't bet, like Green Bay's not like a favorite of mine that I usually
Yeah,
bet
well,
on.
no one knows them. They're just up there,
So now I feel like I'm like we got to dig deep. Okay.
Yeah. So, you want to? Let's see. We could look at. Do you want a Lions, or do you want to go to Amon Ra on the Lions? Like he's just kind of unbeatable. He's just great.
Yeah, look at his yards.
Let's see. You can also do some quarter yards. Let me see something. He's been so Amon Ra's been really good in the first quarter lately.
Oh wow. What do they have the line at?
13.5. So basically like 2 catches for him is like, or
For
even
first
one
quarter?
really.
I like that.
Yeah, look at him. This is him at home in the first quarter.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like that's a sneaky fun one there with the high total. Green Bay's been good about limiting stuff, but let me see what the head-to-head is. The head-to-head didn't do well in the head-to-head at home, but he hasn't done well against them lately, so maybe he's not the best one, but
Yeah.
or that quarter one isn't, but yeah, like overall, if you go to like head-to-head, and I got my guy, I'm actually I'll bring in my guy Trevor's in the back because we're gonna talk college basketball after this, but we could do the longest, or we could do actually, you know who's a good one to look at? You want to look at Jameson Williams is like always balling out. Like,
Oh
look
yeah.
at this. He hits his yards all the time. He's hitting his yards 100%, 70% in the last 10. He's gone over this. He hits it against Green Bay. He had 51 the last time they played.
I like
at
that
home.
one. And they have him at 40.5.
Yeah, at home in his last 5, he's only had 1 dud. It was last week, but otherwise he's just like monster on this. Like his home, he had this huge pocket. Yeah, every game but one at home, he has had over 50 yards.
I like it.
All right, cool. Let's do that. All right, let's do one more. What? Give me one more that you like on this game, and we can throw it together.
It has to be Green Bay now because we got to switch up the team.
Yeah, we got.
Another thing I like looking at lately is receptions or targets.
Ooh, okay. Let me do
those
this.
are like
Let me look up because that's the thing that's only on Prize Picks too, which I really like. Is targets.
Yeah.
Let me just see if I'm able to find it on here.
On
targets. There it is.
Yeah, on Outlier. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not, for some reason it's not coming up. I'll go to receptions, but people will know that we're looking at both. But because like we can look at the targets. Okay, so receiving. Yeah, receptions. Where is it? There it is. Receptions.
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So receptions in this game. Let's see. We got. All right. We could fade Datavian Wicks. He hasn't hit this like at all. That it's under 3.5. I think he's a bum.
He doesn't do too much. Yeah.
Yeah, he had 4 last week, but like he never shows up, man. It's always on. He's like wildly always under.
Yeah. So last week he had 4 receptions.
Yeah, he had 4 in against Miami. I don't know what the game script was for it, but like and he had 5. Look, he had 4 for 5 targets. I mean, they beat that team from the
Yeah,
no. This could be a little more competitive, but like generally his receptions is pretty low.
What do they have the line at? 4?
He needs 4.
3.5. Okay.
He would need 4. So, and on Prize Picks, the line is it's not giving us the line on Prize Picks, but we know it's probably not out yet. But we know that's what we could get. We could definitely get it. Probably under 3.5 there.
I like that.
And we'll do it. All right, cool. So here's what we're gonna do. We got Montgomery over 15.5 receiving yards, James Williams over 50 receiving yards, and Datavian Wicks under 3.5. This is a nice little slip that we got here for everybody. That's ours. I'm gonna text it to you, and you will have it. And look, like Janelle, I just I'm really glad you came by, and I wanted to just have you here. I want to like do stuff with you. I want to do whatever. Tell everybody where they can find you. Tell everybody about your Discord. Shout it out. Tell us that because like we would love to have you like on the show regularly, bringing back wins, telling us stuff. So tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, my Discord my name is Nels Bets, but I think you need a link to get the invite. But you can find me on Twitter. It's Nels with 2 Z's, ITSNELLZZ. And just I have my link tree up. I have all my platforms there. I have a free Discord, and then I have, of course, VIP Premium. Feel free to just join the free one, see what it's about. Check me out, check out some of my free plays, and yeah.
Dude, ladies in the space too, man. That's what we need because there's too many of us cis white dudes doing stupid shit. So I love it.
Representing. We're growing.
Yeah, I love it. Look, congrats again. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate coming by. You are always welcome on. I would like, and if you have like other cool, if you're like, yo, Berg, I want to just come on and like rap about shit as we're getting NBA. Maybe we'll do some NBA Cup stuff.
I'll cook up some NBA. That's my shit.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Thanks for coming by, Janelle.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You too.
See ya. Bye.
All right. Now I'm bringing on the Trev guy. What's up, Trev? How are we doing? How are we doing on these on things that we did? Have my chance? How are my chants doing? Did Indy IUPI win?
Oh. Yes, they did.
Woohoo!
I thought I bet it. I didn't. Go figure. And the Coppin State team total under. I was like, fuck. Everything I didn't bet's hitting. I'm not doing too bad. I just watched Tulsa just collapse the end of this first half.
Did they really? I like Tulsa tonight.
Bastards. I did too. I liked them first half. Oklahoma State hadn't played in 10 days. And you got Big Brother coming in. I figured they'd get up right away, but they
so wait, the chance game they're up by 4 with 2 minutes left. And all right. Albany. So did Albany win?
Yep, leg 1 of that round.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Now you called that earlier today. You said you said these guys are due.
Shit, Coppin State may actually cover that team. That would be a brutal beat. Maybe it's lucky I forgot about it. Anywho, sorry.
No, it's all good. All right. So here's what I wanted to do with you. I wanted to look a little bit at the board tomorrow. And not football. But let's look at basketball. And the big thing that you and I have been talking about in our group text is when a team is off a big win, fading the F out of them. So scanning through, I just kind of want to like take a look and see. Oh, we have noon basketball tomorrow?
Yes, sir. We got Davis, thank God.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you have something you like here?
I haven't looked into it yet, but just looking at it, I kind of like Detroit Mercy at home opening. I don't know what the spread is.
Detroit Mercy's sneaky good. Better than they
win a national title. Yeah, no, they're low key kind of good. Opening conference play, they've been way better than they were last year. And Fort Wayne flopped once conference play started last year. Like they were a darling.
Okay, good to know.
So depending what I don't even see a line yet, but Ken Palm has it 7. If they're getting 7-8, I like them at home to keep this close. I mean, Fort Wayne's been solid, but I mean they've kind of just done whatever. I mean, beat Drexel by 6. Southern Indiana, Bethune-Cookman kicked the shit out of them, but those were home games. Anytime they stepped away from home, they lost. Granted, they played UCF and Penn State, but Detroit Mercy's just low-key been solid. I mean, they had that Eastern Michigan win. They beat Ball State, Niagara. I mean, they've got 3 wins already, and I think it took them about 2 months to get that last year. So
Nice.
they're playing better. So, I mean, depending what the number is, I might be intrigued in them for some early hoops tomorrow.
I can't believe we always get these Indiana, like these these Missouri schools.
Oh, my God. Noon. Oh, UConn just did not cover by half a point.
UConn, well, look, we're not. It's just like we used to say. It's not Izzo season till March.
Brutal.
It's not UConn season till a little bit later either.
Yeah.
Let me see. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee's losing to Atlanta, just so that everybody knows. In the pro leagues.
Pro leagues, whatever.
And my Yaboo, I have a Yaboo double with the Sixers. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'm just looking at I'm syncing. Oh, I'm not having a terrible night. Okay, that's good. All right. So speaking of Penn State, something that is jumping out to me on this board. Why is Penn State the favorite at home to a 7-1 ranked Purdue Boilermakers team?
If I remember right, I'm not sure Purdue has played a true road game yet. No, they played Marquette.
I'll tell you right now. Well, look, let's see.
They played Marquette. They got killed.
Okay. So that's why. Is that why? Yeah. This is a real important thing for college for people to know that like true road games matter because these are kids.
Yep. And it's opening conference play too. And Penn State has been much, much better this year. They can really shoot the ball. Purdue, you lose Edie, but I mean, they've still got some pieces. I mean, Kaufman Wren has been solid. Holy shit, UConn's going to the line. Kaufman.
What are you sweating out there?
UConn minus 2.5. I had minus 2, but I didn't act quick enough and moved to 2.5. Sinks it. All right. From the dead.
That was a real life sweat. I love it.
That was. That was brutal for a second. But Penn State can shoot the shit out of the ball. Purdue, first conference road game. We saw what Ohio State did tonight. Good team tonight. They got shellacked. Dude, it was a 40-point game at one point. They only lost by 25. So, I mean, I guess, congrats on coming back, maybe. But they
garbage at the end.
Yeah. I mean, it was I knew they would come back. It was garbage time points. You're up 40. So, I mean, they just really kind of probably put in some bench warmers. But, I mean, Purdue's offensively, they're efficient. Penn State offensively is very efficient.
Dude,
I could see a bunch of
third
points.
in the nation in offense with 91 points a game.
Yeah.
Already.
I mean, granted, Penn State hasn't played anyone great. They played Clemson, lost on a neutral. Yeah. Fort Wayne's probably the best team.
Beat Virginia Tech. Beat Virginia Tech if you value Virginia Tech. I mean, Virginia Tech's whatever.
Yeah.
No, wait. Was this at Virginia Tech or was this a
neutral?
Neutral. Okay.
Neutral. Yeah, they did trounce them, but I think this could be a good spot for Penn State. Everyone's going to see Purdue getting plus money or catching points on the road. I just think it's just a tough spot. I mean, for a fact Penn State's going to get rocking. This place is going to be loud. It's going to be packed. They've got a good team. They can score. I mean, Ace Baldwin is very fucking good. Niederhauser is a force down low to bang with Kaufman Wren. DeLeon's good. Nick Kern. I mean, they've got shooters everywhere. I think we could see a bunch of points here. And, I mean, both are about 71% from the line, so there's really no big advantage there. Purdue is very good at not fouling. So, I mean, if it gets down to where you're relying on fouls, Penn State would need to be up for the most part, kind of sink them. But I don't think Purdue's going to march them to the line. But it is conference play. Penn State could get a nice home whistle on some questionable calls that could impact the game. But I just think this is a Penn State spot. They're telling you they're favored for a reason. They're going to get it done. This is a big, big game for them. Opening conference play. Purdue went on the road to Marquette. Now, I'm not comparing Penn State to Marquette, but they got trounced. So they've got a little bit of road experience, but this is conference play opener. I think it's going to be a nice spot for Penn State.
I'm trying to look through. I like it. I mean, as a Philly guy, I like Penn State. I'm trying to remember. Some of these teams that had big wins that are now either at home or poised for letdown spot. I'm also going to restart this because I feel like I'm not getting. Oh wait, I just saw our group text from Huffer. Just like the comment that he just made. And all right, so I'm looking through. I'm just seeing. Do you remember who had a big win lately that we could fade tomorrow? Let's see.
The slate's not
TCU
amazing, but there's a couple good games.
Let me see. No, I mean Xavier had more trouble with South Carolina State than they should have, it looks like.
Yeah, TCU just is not a good team. I mean, I think the problem for them is going to be interior wise.
Okay.
TCU, not to mention TCU, 358th in the country at free throw percentage, sub 60%.
Yeah, you know I hate that shit.
It's terrible. I know like it's early in the season, but you've played 8 games. You're kind of panning out to what you're going to be shooting wise. I mean, Cincinnati yesterday, 58% or some shit from the line. They missed like 10 free throws yesterday or some shit.
But you can't do that. That's how you miss covering games, dude.
100%. The difference with Xavier this year compared to last year, they have Fremantle back. He was out all of last year, I believe, or at least majority of the year, so that hurt him. But they've got dudes. I mean, Conwell's been fine. Fremantle has just been a freak again, which is huge for them. So I definitely think they have the interior advantage. And Xavier is one of the most experienced teams in the country. So hitting the road, big environment, I don't think it's going to really shake them too much. I know TCU can be a tough place to play, but they're just not sharp. I mean, you look offensively, 32% from 3, sub 50% inside the arc. So if they're going to magically just start smacking threes tomorrow, they could give Xavier a fight there, but inside they're not going to get anything. They can't shoot free throws. They struggle with threes. So it's going to be an uphill battle from them. I mean, they get majority of their points inside, and that's where Xavier excels defensively. Less than 48% of your points are going to come inside. So that's going to force them to get to the line and hit threes, and we can kind of factor out threes. You know, they'll probably shoot around 30, 32%.
I mean, the free throws is the biggest thing for me because you have a spread of 1. So you basically lost these points.
TCU the dog?
TCU's the fave.
Weird.
You can't have a home fave that's shooting 59% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
I mean,
you and I discovered
that's
how we became friends 3 years ago. You're like, no.
I mean,
yeah, I like Xavier. Wait, why? By the way, why is Xavier playing TCU?
They're doing like a ACC SEC challenge and Big 12 and
Big East
challenge. Yeah. So
okay.
You know, it's fun. You get Feast Week rolled right into these challenge games, which is fucking awesome. And shout out these teams in NCAA for making these home and homes, not fucking neutrals and like the MGM Arena and shit in Vegas. Really fucking cool. So that's awesome. But one angle in this game too, potentially, kind of what I did capping wise with that UConn game today. Baylor got a shit ton of their shots blocked, which they struggle with all year, and UConn blocks a lot. 324th in the country at Xavier for getting shots blocked. Over 12.5% of their shots get blocked.
Okay.
12% of TCU shots.
Where do you? So tell me where are you pulling that?
KenPom.
Okay.
I'm a big KenPom.
Oh, I'm seeing it right here. Yeah. So TCU defense 91st in terms of blocks. Xavier's offense is basically bottom in almost the most blocks happening to them.
And they don't crash the offensive glass. Xavier,
which is weird because Fremantle's a big dude.
Yeah, maybe it's
they don't.
It's
they don't rebound. They don't rebound well, and they get everything gets blocked. But Fremantle's like 7 feet tall.
Yep. Xavier doesn't crash offensive glass, but what Sean Miller loves to do is crash the defensive glass for the whole team.
Okay,
you're not getting second chance points. So if your shot's not falling, you're not going to get a second shot at it.
And you can see that 160 there. Okay, cool. That works.
I know like Xavier.
Their defensive rebounds. They're in the top third of the country.
Yep. Yeah, Xavier's 11th in the country at that. Now, Xavier, South Carolina, Michigan, they've played. Otherwise, it's Wake Forest. Otherwise, it's been nobody. But TCU just hasn't been sharp. I mean, they got clipped by Michigan, Santa Clara, and Colorado State. Granted, Santa Clara, Colorado State were neutrals, but kind of games you still got to win if you're the Big 12. Just somehow find a way to pull that out. Texas State gave them hell at home. Florida Gulf Coast, they beat them, so congrats. But I mean, they haven't really looked too terribly sharp since the first 2 games of the year where they played absolute nobodies.
Let's see who else there is that did whatever. Okay, so here's an interesting one that I like here because we talk about this team a lot. Cal Poly. Cal Poly's off a big win. All right, Cal Poly's off a Stanford win. at Stanford, by the way, which we all had. We all had that. Just want to say, if you were in our group text, which you are not in our group text because there's only 3 of us, you would have had Cal Poly.
Suck.
Right. Is this a Cal Poly letdown spot to the Aggies? I think it might be.
Potentially. I kind of have an affinity to this team. I mean,
I know I like this team a lot, but that was a monster win, and they're still on the road. And this time it's conference stuff. These California schools. I mean, look, the Aggies stink. They got blown out by everybody, which is why you have a fishy line here for this. I don't know, man. I think that this line is telling us that we got to take UCD.
I don't hate that logic. UC Davis also went into Grand Canyon and won outright as 17-point dogs like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The 20th. So I mean,
they won by 8. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a hell of a game. Shout out them. I mean, they ended up losing to Norfolk State by 21 at home. I had that one too. Talk about a letdown spot. That was the definition of one. Oregon State, good team, but you got trounced by 33 points on the road. So, I mean, there's that. But Cal Poly's just been this kind of team. I mean, 4-point loss to Arizona State. St. Mary's got them, but St. Mary's plays a different level of defense under what's his name? Randy Bennett. But other than that, I mean, Cal Poly's just been solid. I mean, Grambling kind of hung around, but they beat Stanford on the road. Gone to Eastern Washington and won on the road. Hung around with San Fran on the road, almost won that game outright. Arizona State almost won outright. This is just a really good team, in my opinion. Cal Poly likes to play fast and just make you run up and down the floor, tire you out. They'll run. They're second in the country at possession length offensively. Like, they're running down, they're shooting, and then running right back. They don't rebound, but they shoot really well.
Yeah, dude, this team runs and guns. I mean, this line is screaming UCD for me. I can't play Cal Poly here.
Fair.
But
what was the line?
I get it. 1.5.
1.5.
It's 1.5 for a far, like a UCD team that's terrible.
Yeah. UC. They both turn it over like fucking crazy. Neither. Really
let me hold up. So
defense.
we got. I like that. Let me see if there's other things here. It's all the California schools tomorrow.
It's let down slate a little bit, but
it is a little bit of a overall. There's not that much. I mean, I was going to
Drake
do
Valparaiso.
That Valparaiso I was looking at too.
Drake just coming off of has Drake played since that MTE? Yeah,
no,
they played Georgia
Southern.
They
did, but like Drake's hot right now. And I don't know. This is a really good Valpo spot, in my opinion. The market doesn't agree, but
I do see the number at.
It's plus 460 on the money line. Like, they're priced to lose. Like, Drake is minus 550. Drake's on fire right now. I can't believe Drake was dogs for like that entire little tournament.
Dude,
like,
I had him every single game.
Every game. That was like a paid for feast week.
The one caveat
this is a good Drake team. This is a very good Drake team too.
Very good. They're definitely going to contend for the Missouri Valley without a doubt. They're going to be. I think they'll probably be in the championship game.
Nice. Very
fucking good. DeGeorge is really good. One little caveat: I know it's Valparaiso, but this is going to be the first true road game for Drake this year. And DeGeorge and 4 of the starters have come up from D2. Now they do have some national championship experience at the D2 level, so they're very good. But I don't know. It's just something about just that first true road game, and it's a conference game. I'm not saying Valparaiso is going to be sold out back to the gills.
By the way, down 1 with 2 seconds left to Coastal.
Oh no!
Oh no is right.
How did that happen? You get outscored by 8 in the second half.
That is exactly how it happened. Yeah, you know how this goes. Yeah. All right, continue though.
Yeah, I mean. Sorry, what was the actual line for 11? That's
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, God, I don't want to do it, but I would be inclined to lean Valparaiso. I mean, Drake turns it over quite a bit. 353rd in the country, 23% of all possessions. Valparaiso doesn't, 25th in the country, sub 14%. They get to the free throw line a lot and shoot 81%, where my fucking ceiling tile almost came out. Where Drake shoots 81% and Drake fouls quite a bit. I mean, 306 at setting teams in the line defensively. So this could be a game where, Valpo is just driving, getting to the rim and drawing some fouls here. Maybe they have a chance to cover. But if Drake's hitting shots, I mean, it's just game over. But
I mean, I'll take a
weird
I'll take
number.
a game.
11 is just
11.
kind of an odd number.
Very weird number. It's a very weird number. A flat 11.
Yeah. And again, Drake turns it over.
Drake is priced to
fouls
fucking
off.
bomb. Drake is priced to bomb these dudes.
Yeah.
Like
I think we're getting a little bit of tax on it too after the tournament. I mean, everybody is aware of these guys now, so now it's going to be inflated. Had they won one or two of those games, maybe this line is sitting at 7 or 8 instead, which is probably a little more reasonable. I don't want to sound like an idiot and fade Drake and then they come out and win by 22, but you turn it over, you foul a lot, and the team that you're going against likes to play at a decent pace and can shoot almost 82% from the free throw line. So this could be some free points given away to Valparaiso throughout this game, which, could come back to bite them.
All right. So we got a couple things there. Did you have takes on NFL before whatever, or did you?
Who do the Packers play this week?
They play the Lions tomorrow.
Shit! That's right. Happy early birthday! I will be at the bar for a buddy's birthday for that game also.
Nice. All right.
Shit. What is? Let me pull this up. What's the line?
Probably like 3. It's 3.5. Which actually, the thing that I noticed. Check this out. So common opponents. They are Green Bay 7-1 and Detroit's 8-0, and the only common opponent that they won and the other lost was Minnesota, and it was the exact same scores for both.
I remember that Minnesota game. We were down 28-0 and stormed back.
Yeah.
So, this is revenge for last year too, a little bit. Granted, we played them earlier this year, and I fucking turned that game off middle of the third quarter when they played the Lions. We were playing like shit. Jordan Love was hurt with that hamstring. It's still like a touchdown game at the end. I think. Yeah. I mean, touchdown game, and you take away that dumbass pick 6 from Jordan Love to end the first half. Packers legitimately had a chance. I mean, they drove down and just never got touchdowns early, but everybody in the world's got to be on the Lions here, I got to imagine. I mean, this is a huge spot for the division. If we win this, I think we're, one game behind them roughly, I want to say. So this is a gigantic game. I would, looking at that 3, I would just take money line or nothing because either the Lions just show up at home and beat us by 22 or we're going to win this game. It's not going to be like an in-between game, I don't think. Getting 3 points, it's kind of just whatever you're essentially going to push for the most part. I mean, you could factor in that Campbell putting his nuts on the table and goes for 2 somewhere and they win Packers lose by 1 or 2 or something. But I think it's a decent spot for him. I mean, Jaden Reed should have a big game. I know he was pretty well versus on the last game, and that was in a absolute monsoon. Now we're going into a dome. Jordan Love has been really good. I think he's had like 103 QBR, 8 of the last 10 games, dating back to the playoffs. Do they have rushing and receiving for? They do not. So Jaden Reed finally starting to run the ball a little bit again out of the backfield.
I like Jaden Reed tomorrow a lot.
I don't see his numbers listed. I'll have to go to the builder. What is his receiving at? 62 and a half yards.
Yeah.
And 4.5 receptions is plus money over. Interesting. I do know Tucker Kraft was talked about circling this matchup because I think Kirby or whoever on Detroit, he's taken out a few tight ends with some dirty hits throughout this year, and he's looking forward to that. So I think he may have a solid game. What have the Lions done versus tight ends lately? Pull this up. Yeah, they kind of, for the most part, held him in check. 4 catches, 3-7-0 against the Colts. No shocker there. I think what's Tucker Kraft's receptions? Because I know he gets the ball a lot. 3.5 minus 120. I kind of like that. Let me pull this up. Outlier. Yeah, Tucker Kraft has been a beast. He's definitely. We love him. I hope he never leaves. I hope he's here forever. He's just been a monster. Tucker. Let's go to props. Look at that. Your favorite thing, too. Plus EV.
Ooh, on who?
Over 3.5. Tucker Kraft over 3.5 receptions.
So the thing is, I like Tucker Kraft. I like his under longest because like he just doesn't hit, like he hasn't hit this. And I know it's getting bet up and stuff. He just hasn't hit it, and like no tight ends are really hitting at the end. But I like everything else. I just don't like him to have a giant play.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't hit that number. Wow. 6 of the last 7 weeks he hasn't. I know he started the year hot.
Yeah.
So 17 last week, barely missed it, but I mean, I like the receptions just for dump down ability. He has been catching the ball a lot lately, getting more involved. Assuming he doesn't get kicked out for doing something stupid to Kirby, because I know he's got that circled. But yeah, Reed and Tucker I like offensively. I heard you guys talking about Dontavian under. I don't like.
Yeah,
I
just
that.
think he sucks.
Yeah, he hasn't done much, especially when Romeo. Speaking of Romeo, actually, is he even going to be back in?
No, he's out.
With a concussion. He is? Okay.
Yeah, Dobbs is out.
So that bumps up Tucker and Jaden. Potential for Dontavian to maybe show up a little bit, but what are his catches at? Receptions? I don't even see him listed yet here. I'm going to go to DraftKings. Yeah, I'm going to be at the bar for a birthday, so I'll definitely have to bet this game.
So I took I like the Tucker under longest because just frankly, like if you look at at them versus tight ends, and you can find that by looking under, this is the extended edition of the show, which is great. Yeah, they're really good at limiting receive that, and like I just don't think they're going to give up a big play here. I liked Montgomery receiving. I think that it's just he's been doing it. I think it's a great play. I liked Reed to go over his receive. I liked him to actually just have 60 because like when he goes over, he gets 60. And
what's his long?
It's just it's more of like it's like a usage thing for me. As long as 24, which I'm not like super into. I guess he does both. I get it, but he just plays out of like he's all over the field, so he kind of becomes like a matchup nightmare.
Yeah,
and
I see Wicks as long as 19.5. That seems.
I mean, I just don't even like Wicks. So like, if you look at the games, like let's look at games that he is like. Oh, this is his longest. I want to look at his regular receiving. His receiving yards. Let's see. There it is. 60. So okay. Against Detroit, he had 114 in a game where they lost by 10. Again, in LA, he had this. He had 78.
I think 58 were more on one pass.
Yeah, which is fine. That's fine. I mean, we'll take it. I like it inside, and the total's 51, man. So there's going to be some. I mean, here's the thing: is that like Jordan's passing yards. His passing yards is at 250.
He's a monster, dude.
Right. So who's getting that? Like,
yeah, it's going to be a lot of Tucker and Reed, in my opinion.
I see a lot of Tucker and Reed because those guys use the middle of the field.
Looking at Wicks too, this under longest hasn't hit it once this year on the road, and the one game without him, his longest was 10 in LA. I mean, the last time he hit a longest reception on the road was last year in San Francisco in the playoffs, and that was 20. I mean, nothing at Philly, nothing at Tennessee, 10, 6 at Jacksonville, nothing at Chicago. He's just kind of like ineffective on the road.
There we go. All right. Well, look, we got a bunch of stuff. I'm going to drop it in there for everybody. Boom,
I got one more. Isn't Jameson Williams like a monster deep?
Oh, yeah, dude. Jameson Williams is in there. 50 yards. Easy.
50?
Yeah.
You don't like his longest? I feel like he's the only thing he ever does is just go downfield.
Yeah, he does.
He does? Okay. There's just I've been kind of touched out of anything other than Packers football this season. Yeah. Ooh. He goes over a lot. He's gone over in 5 of the last 6 home games. 4 out of 5 this year. 52, 50, 70, 64, and then 8 for Chicago. Yeah, probably just safer taking the yards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's been killing it.
Really.
All right, man. Tell everybody where they can find you because you got a show tomorrow night too.
Yeah, at Stooley Picks on Twitter, at Pump Fake Pod on YouTube and Twitter. Also, we're gonna run a little show tonight. Me and Huff just going over tomorrow's just a little mini slate, but get that going. And then Thursday, I'm not sure who. I'll see if you or Jeremy or whoever else wants to hop on. Just going over Friday while Huff's going to be out of town.
Yeah, man. Well, good. Thanks for coming by. All right, everybody.
You
had Trevor, you had me. You had lots of cool stuff. We gave you lots of things in this episode. Good luck with your bets. We'll see you this weekend. We will do another stream probably Friday night. And it's my birthday, so I will be putting out some plays tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys soon.